Hey everybody, welcome to the Triple B Experience. This is Unscripted. I believe it's 38, but I'm back. Maybe a little rusty, but I'm back. I am Gary. This is Cable.
Hey, what's up, everybody?
Hello, and last but certainly not least, Bad Bubba Brewer. What's up, guys?
Hi everybody. Hi. Glad to see you back, man. I love it. God
Thank
bless you.
I am here.
Yes.
I'm here, ready for a night of entertainment. So.
Oh, it's gonna be good. Hey,
we're
Chris
starting
Elliott,
off strong. What's with that angle view, Bubba? I don't.
Oh, the angle.
Yeah,
I got it. I got
like
the
being
phone
watching
so I
a
could look
point
at
of
stuff.
view video from the wrong end of things.
You know what? I didn't think of that.
I didn't notice that.
Out.
Ooh, my room is like. Hold on, I'll fucking fix it.
Show us one of your faces, Bubs.
My faces.
Yeah.
There's a. I don't have my glasses on. Oh, okay. No, I have my phone up so I could see the people commenting on the Facebook because last week in your absence, me and Cable had all these people were chiming in about stuff, and it was just unreal.
So that was about Predator, the new Predator.
Yeah. Yeah.
Okay. So that was a hot topic. That's interesting.
Well, that's good though. It brought a debate, and we didn't even agree, and that's good.
Well,
then everybody started throwing in their favorites from like just the decade and stuff.
Who agreed more? Like, did they agree with Cable more, or did they agree with you more? They liked it then. They liked
a lot of people liked it. Yeah.
Okay. Well, maybe it's worth a shot if I get around to it.
Yeah.
But I'll be honest with you, I was never a Predator guy. And I didn't.
Either was he. He was an alien guy.
I
told you it was our age group.
I wasn't even an alien guy either.
Oh.
So.
Predator was not a thing at all when we were growing up. No. I mean, the second one came out in like 92, I think. I mean, and then they didn't do anything with it for years.
Cable. I mean,
I don't
correct
care,
me if I'm
man.
wrong.
You're Bill Paxton's greatest. I ain't going out there, man. Fuck you guys. I ain't going out there, man. I ain't doing it.
I think he just gave
pretty
us
good impression.
Oh, it was good. That was my Bill Paxton impersonation.
Yeah, in the middle of that. That's what,
well, at least
what
he
it looks
fixed
like.
the angle a little bit.
Tonight is a tripod, and this is awesome. It's 3. But I have a funny story. About an hour and a half ago, as I'm mowing my goddamn yard, my wheel fell off. And I was mowing the rest of my yard with 3 wheels. And that's why
it was an omen.
It was an omen, yes.
Yeah.
It was a sign from below.
Yep.
It's a bitch. Yes. It was a bitch to balance my lawnmower, mowing my grass.
I would have loved to seen that, actually.
I would have too.
Yeah, if I were Tammy, I would have been like filming that out the window laughing.
I brought the wheel in and I showed it to her, and I'm like, can anything get any worse?
Isn't that your dad's lawnmower?
No. I bought that 5 years ago. My dad has a 0-turn. No, he has a big expensive weed whacker. I can't use it unless I weed whack the hill in front of the house. That was his deal, and I was like, no, thank you. So,
well, now you got about a 250 turn, a little bit wider.
Yeah, I got to still push. Yeah, that was my funny story of today.
But anyway, what I was getting at is, Cable, correct me if I'm wrong, but if it wasn't wrestling or Star Wars or like something with Marvel, we weren't watching it anyway. Usually, am I missing anything?
I mean, I watched a lot of different stuff, but for like the main pop culture and everything, it was definitely because it was wrestling first.
Hi, Aunt Renee, how you doing? What was the 90s though? What was, because I used to party a lot, so
it was wrestling and superheroes.
Oh, in the 90s, and then, for you guys?
Yeah, and then Star Wars made a comeback towards the end of the decade, but definitely wrestling and superheroes.
I can't even think of like
Ninja Turtles,
Buffy the Vampire Slayer, and what else? Like Friends and Seinfeld. Or
I didn't watch.
I
watch Friends now, but I didn't appreciate Friends as a kid.
Okay.
I grew up watching Seinfeld because
because
of my parents, but we were kids.
Yeah.
So the 80s were cooler than the 90s with TV shows. What?
Oh,
I don't think the 80s were better than the 90s at anything.
It was. The music was way better.
Nirvana changed the world, man.
Nirvana.
I like both. I like the 80s.
Music. I like everything, but
I just think the 80s movies were like thrill chilled, and you didn't have to think, which was pretty good, maybe.
Well, then
the action movies.
How do you like anything that we like now? Because I swear I need a PhD to.
I know.
Figure it out.
I know, but I can't. I'm trying to think of some 90s shows while we're on this, like real quick. Like I can't even think in the 90s. Like I don't think I
mean, G.I. Joe's we tapped into a little bit. All the animated like Batman and
right,
X-Men.
but if you're talking like right, 92. But if you're talking about like shows for adults, you had Spin City, Just Shoot Me, Friends, Mad About You, Home Improvement,
terrible. Not very. I don't think it was funny.
Whoa,
what? I don't think it was funny. What? I don't think like Just Shoot Me was funny with. I don't think it was that funny with David Spade.
I'm out.
Well, Jesus God Almighty!
I never watched it.
You just come back. The three of us come back, and you go off in 601.
No, you're talking crazy.
I am a little crazy, but I just can't think of 90 shows, and it's like off topic.
All right,
Home Improvement.
Yeah, that was.
I wasn't a big home.
I liked
Anderson
it.
Was good in the 90s. What?
Saved by the Bell.
No, I never watched that.
Saved by the Bell. There's
Boy Meets World.
Boy Meets World.
That was Patanga.
Yeah,
Patanga.
She's
Patanga.
Patanga.
Well,
Patanga. I don't know. See, she does a podcast now.
Does she?
She brought the guy that was the teacher who was the voice of Knight Rider. She had him on like a couple weeks ago.
Oh,
he's like in his 90s.
You listened to
him?
I
thought he died.
No, he's still alive.
Huh.
Yeah, I love to listen to other podcasts to see what kind of stuff I could steal and use on here, but I didn't have a chance to listen to that.
What else? What was the
I can't
show
think.
at the hospital?
St. Elsewhere?
No,
that was 80s.
80s.
ER.
No.
Yeah, but I'm talking about the funny one.
Oh, Scrubs.
Scrubs was big.
That was 2000s.
Oh, was it? Okay.
Yeah.
It all runs together.
People, come on! If you have anything about the '90s TV shows right now, because I am clueless.
Party of Five.
I didn't watch
Silk
that.
Stockings. Melrose Place. 90210.
Okay. Oh, that was awesome.
Gosh.
Silk Stockings shaped me as a very young youth.
That was late at night.
I don't even know what that is.
That was late.
I can only imagine.
Yes, it sounds like a cheap ass porno.
Well, yeah, but it was like a Law and Order or something. But it was like super raunchy.
Like Barbed Wire.
Okay.
Yo, Barbed Wire! Don't get me started on Barbed Wire.
Barbed Wire was not a cinema, but it was a cult classic.
Well, yeah.
I watched it.
She got burned
not that long ago, and it was, fun. Yeah. I mean, for 90s, cheese. It was fun.
Everything's on Tubi now, so you can watch everything. Yeah. I watched a movie on Tubi that local guy did, and I seen local people in it. And I was like, holy shit. It wasn't a Wild Boar Films, but it was local people. So, yeah. I didn't get involved, but I'm just saying.
You didn't get the invite?
Nope. I'm Lone Wolf McQuaid in it, brother. Lone Wolf McQuaid, which was a good movie in the 80s with Chuck Norris when he went against David Carradine. You ever see that movie?
Nope.
I did not.
Holy shit.
Man, you two are sensitive tonight. Both of y'all.
No, I'm just
we're wound up.
Yeah, you are.
But no, I can't name. I'm 90s. 80s is better than 90s.
The 90s was big on like the game shows, like Guts, like
yeah.
Well, Bubba,
Legends of the Hidden.
Yeah.
But
Legends what other game show was it? Nope, I don't know.
Double Dare.
I heard
Double Dare. Double Dare actually started in the 80s. I think.
God, I must have been drinking a lot in that decade.
But
I must have been.
We were kids.
I mean, you were an adult.
You were an adult.
Well, I was turning. Well, in 90, I was 18 years old, so I was boozing like a rock star. Like my parents never seen me. So early 90s.
This might start a fight. Let's fight, Bubba.
I'm gonna fight you guys.
The 90s probably had the best cast ever of Saturday Night Live.
Yeah.
Okay, on that.
There's two classes there. Okay, there's the early 90s with Chris Farley and David Spade and Adam Sandler and all those guys.
Okay,
that's what I was thinking.
There's the late 90s with Will Ferrell, Chris Kattan, Molly Shannon, Sherry O'Terry. I mean, that was...
Okay. I'm not disagreeing with you, but I mean, I know when I was a kid, it was Eddie, but Eddie didn't have a big supporting cast. It was just Eddie.
Yeah, he was like a solo.
But I mean, I remember watching it. See, this is how old I am, 28 years old. I remember Chevy Chase, John Belushi, Dan Aykroyd, Garrett Morris, and Rosanna Dana. So I mean, I like Saturday Night Live.
Her name anymore.
Don't get me wrong. I do like Saturday Night Live. I like to be entertained with
South Park. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Cartman.
But for me in the 90s, you could not top Raw is War
that was
Warzone.
Yeah,
I mean that was. I've actually been binging that on Peacock app lately, just as background noise.
And you must be bored.
Mm-hmm.
Dude, it's so fun going back and watching that.
I don't disagree with you. However, there's too much shit to watch right now.
Well, yeah,
they said that maybe that Raw and SmackDown will go to Netflix here. They're going to be negotiating something like that on Netflix, and they can put like pay-per-views
live streaming or just
I don't know.
Reruns.
Well, at least it's not going to buffer the whole freaking time.
No, Peacock sucks, man.
It's terrible.
Yeah,
but I started Raw. I threw it on the episode after WrestleMania 14, so like 1998.
Okay. Yeah, that was good stuff. I mean, at that time it was hot. It was great. Yeah. No,
I mean that was when the Austin McMahon feud heated up, and Kane and Undertaker, and so it's funny to go back and watch that because that's when they still had the metal security railings, and the crowd just looks like it's on top of the ring. Like it's so much more like packed and intimate, and the crowd is like rabid, and it's just fun.
Well, hey, Bob Rufner, thanks for tuning in. I saw a thing when the only time I saw the Road Warriors live was at the Pittsburgh Civic Arena, and that's when Foley and Triple H was going through the crowd, and that's when Bret the Hitman Hart spit on me at the fucking ringside. He spit on me.
What did you say to him?
Spit on you.
Spit on me.
There's been a ton of.
I get spit on all the time because I'm like, you fuck you, Canadian. It was his anti, U.S. stuff.
Yeah.
I was hot to try. I think he fought the Patriot.
I thought you were gonna say that. Yeah.
That was good.
I was there.
That's fun.
I was down there, and they were Mick Foley and Triple H were fighting rings. I was real close.
The first Raw I was ever to go to was State College. Okay. And the dark match after Raw was over was Austin, Undertaker, Bret Hart, and Shawn Michaels.
Wow.
Jesus.
That's the dark match.
Dark match after Raw was over.
That's insane.
It was that made my life.
Yeah.
That's like 4 pillars of 90s wrestling. Like, especially the later half.
It was great back then to go to Raw.
I think they were getting ready for. I could be wrong. My timeline could be wrong, but I think they were getting. Remember the Fatal 4 that they did
in Canada?
Yeah. Well, I don't know.
Maybe?
2 of them.
No, it wasn't. I don't think it was Canada.
Okay.
Yeah, I think it was.
Are you talking about the fallout from the Royal Rumble?
I think so, but
I think that was in Texas.
But Shawn Michaels ended up not being in that match. I don't think.
Yeah, because it was Vader, Bret,
Vader,
Austin, and then I can't remember the fourth one. Undertaker.
I think they were. Yeah, it was Undertaker. But I think they were getting ready for that, and they were testing out how the crowd.
The waters.
Right. So then Shawn Michaels ended up. I don't know if he lost his smile at that time. I think.
That was when his back. Yeah, because he heard it at Royal Rumble.
Yes, because he did the flip on the casket.
Yeah.
And so they put Vader in there. But I always thought that match was really cool because you had 2 matches within one. So like it was Austin and Bret, and it was Undertaker and Vader. And whoever won, then they faced each other. But it was all one match. I thought it was
that was the dark match. And how long was that match?
No, that
wasn't the dark.
Okay,
the dark match was Undertaker, Austin, Shawn Michaels, and Bret.
Now, if you can remember, was it a long match or was it long enough just for
probably 20 minutes?
Okay, well that's
with
still
entrance.
Pretty long.
Yeah,
okay.
I mean, it was, and I didn't know they even did. That was the first one I went to. I didn't know they did dark matches after Raw. And,
Yeah,
so
Monday Night Raw was something.
They probably did like a promo or something, and then they just decided, when it went off the air, they had the match.
It might be special again here. They're at Pittsburgh Monday night, but
they are.
I mean,
Kurt Angle's going to be there.
Triple H is turning it up a little bit, just a little bit at a time.
I think it is.
Everybody that he brought back.
Well, it's only going to
turn it into a better product.
I mean, everybody wants that. It's not like everybody doesn't want them to do well. The better they do, the better AEW is going to do.
Yeah.
And to be honest with you, they're 2 different things anyway.
I like
what the hell is going on in AEW right now? If you believe all the dirt sheets and stuff, they're a fucking disaster backstage.
Oh, really? I haven't seen any of that.
There's no leadership. Today was
Rosa. Supposedly
Rosa too.
Well, so supposedly Kingston and Sammy Guevara have heat, and then Sammy Guevara called Kingston fat, and Kingston punched him and got suspended. And then Thunderosa,
you can't do it.
Yeah, Thunderosa is injured, and she has to drop the belt. and apparently she broke Jamie Hayter's nose in a match at some point.
I heard she was hiding in a bathroom because Jamie Hayter wanted to kick her ass from what
Jamie Hayter and Britt Baker went after her, so she ducked into a bathroom.
I can't see Britt Baker beating her ass. I can see Jamie Hayter beating her ass.
Well, yeah,
but I don't know if Thunderosa.
If you're ganging up on somebody.
Yeah, because Thunderosa's MMA. Right. She did some MMA shit, so she could probably back it up.
I could see, Britt Baker being one of those people that just wants to make a point and be like a locker room leader. You know what I mean? So she's
pretty.
Or it could be completely made up too. I mean, there's but apparently they were concerned that CM Punk might no-show last night's Dynamite, and then he's basically in a squash match. So I don't. Yeah,
well, that was a work, right?
Believe that.
I don't know.
Or was he pissed because that was going to be the case and he didn't want to show up? Well, here's what I was telling Bubba kind of before you hopped on, Cable, was I think everybody assumed they were just going to give it back to Punk anyway. But so they pulled the angle where, well, let's let him get hurt within 3 minutes. And then,
Yeah. I mean, that was a swerve. Like you said, I wouldn't have thought Moxley was going to win it.
I thought Hangman Page was going to come out and cost him. It would have just been a double disqualification and Page come out and do something because Punk and Page have some heat a little bit from what I've been hearing.
Jesus.
But I thought, I went out of my studio here. I went out to get something to drink, or I don't even know if I made I don't know. I came back and the fucking match was over already.
Did you say you were making a salad? Were you going to say salad?
Oh,
I was going to say salad.
No, I can't remember.
I thought he said he was going to make a stretch.
Well, I tried to stretch today at Brandon.
Make a sharp.
At Watkins Boxing, I was stretching and people were looking at it, and I tried to pop my back out, and I was like, it's ridiculous, man. And
why don't you do that at places where there aren't crowds of
hey,
people?
Greg, thanks for tuning in. No, because there's wrestling mats and there's other mats, and I just stretch, and then I get up, and then I warm up. I stretch, and then I warm up, and I hit the bags and the speed bag and other bags. And then Brandon, I asked him if
other bags.
Other bags. Well, heavy bags because it's a boxing place. And I asked him if we could do the mitts, and I only lasted 2 minutes where I used to go 4 to 5. I'm out of shape. I tapped out. I'm I'm done, Brandon. Because you do 1, 2, 3, and he does combos and stuff. I mean, I still can hit and move, but man, I'm just out of shape, and I got to work on it. I know I'm old, 28, but
you're never going to be
No, I'm never going to be able to be flexible like I used to be.
You're not meant to be a little guy. I mean,
well, I need to.
I'm not saying you shouldn't get healthy. I'm just saying you're not meant to be a little guy.
I think I had fucking heat exhaustion. I think I had heat exhaustion last Saturday. I watched Homer City scrimmage, and I got burnt, and then I mowed grass, and I must have ate 2 banana popsicles and drank all Gatorade I had in the house. And
I was gonna say, were you drinking anything?
I went to wedding reception, and I was me and Tam. I was feeling good.
We forgot to tell Mav. You're lucky you came back to a podcast that still exists. Why we should have brought this up when we were talking about Prey. There was a lot of talk of juvenile predators, and we thought we were going to get taken off YouTube.
What? What did you get us into, Bubba?
I didn't mean to.
We were talking about the predators, and because of what happens in the movie, we thought maybe it was a younger, inexperienced predator.
Yeah.
And the words that came out of our mouth by accident was juvenile predator. And then we had realized what we said, and so we ran with that. But
I want to say
the inmates just run the silent.
Mistakes were made.
Well, this show is unscripted, and I believe, and this is funny. Do you guys know Mark Madden now has a fucking show called Unfiltered? His podcast is Unfiltered. That son of a bitch. and him and his co-host bash the fucking Steelers unmercifully.
Well, he does that on a regular basis.
His co-host called the fucking Steeler fans stupid, and I'm like, motherfucker.
He makes fun of Kenny Pickett nonstop. It drives me nuts.
That motherfucker ain't seen his fucking yin yang in 20 fucking
That's
years.
Right. He wants to talk about Kenny Pickett's small hands. Well, hey, listen.
And then he's got a backing with the River Casinos. I mean, I wish River Casinos would back us up and give us the free buffet. Because the buffet's good at the casinos, what I mean?
They are, but I don't know if they're
$100 each. We each get $100 to gamble. Just start off.
So we got Mark Madden ripping off our title, and we got a plumbing company ripping off our name.
Yeah. Yeah, man, I know.
We're not even.
I heard about that the other day. Unfiltered, and I'm like, we're not. That's
trendsetter.
And he's not even like Trent. Like, I can't swear on here. I have to watch what I say. I'm like, well, then you're not really unfiltered, you fat fuck.
Yeah,
you know what I mean? Like
false advertising.
Exactly.
Yeah. I mean, I know I'm heavy, people, but I mean,
you're not that heavy. Not as heavy as Mark Madden.
He just irks me on how he gets off and he gets his ratings by being anti-Pittsburgh.
Yeah, and people,
which I can understand about the Pirates.
They have reason with the Pirates.
Yes,
they do not have a pot.
Bob Nutting sucks. Bob Nutting and fucking Mark Madden could get on a fucking boat, the Titanic, and they could be fucking singing with each other at the end there.
They wouldn't need
and the motherfucker go down.
Mark Madden.
That's why I think Madden attracts people because he's so over the top about stuff. But you gotta, I mean, if you truly want to talk sports and not be a circus act like Mark Madden's show,
you're gonna turn.
You want to come in the middle, because you have Mark Madden at one end of the spectrum, and then like the fan 93.7 at the other, that like sing the praises of the Pirates all the time, and
they're off the nutsack of everybody.
Right?
Hey, Shane, what's up?
Shane, they're just a homer station that doesn't. If your team has flaws, you shouldn't ignore that.
Nope.
But there's a happy medium in there if you want to be a true sports talk show, and that's not what
Bob
his angle
needs to pay me.
But the only one he puts over is the Penguins. That's it.
Yeah.
Oh, he blows.
He
does. He blows those guys all the time.
Yep.
Yeah. And I love the Pens.
Hey,
I do love the Pirates.
Yeah.
Because I know it's I mean. I can't.
Do you guys remember Alan Cox?
Oh yeah,
he is on the network in Cleveland now.
No, I don't.
Really?
Yeah, because I was just there this past weekend, and I had the radio on, and he had a show. I was like, "What?
That's crazy."
He started being vulgar.
Is he from there? Because why would you leave Pittsburgh to go unless he got fired?
More money,
right?
More money,
and then
he might have got fired because he had that afternoon spot before Madden, and he did like Howard Stern type content.
Right.
I remember my mom hated listening to him.
Well, Ben's went
had
to
stand-up thing.
Ben's went to Massachusetts. Ben's went to Massachusetts and came back. He was in the Boston market.
Yeah, and that's where he's from.
Yeah.
Yeah, Tim Benz. Yeah.
I mean, that's probably a hard market. I mean, look at the podcast. I mean, I got a Rolls Royce pulled outside. I know you guys got helicopter pads at your house and shit. Right. I mean, we're making big money doing this. It's awesome. I mean, we're eating caviar, getting it shipped in.
I don't care how much money I made.
I
know you guys.
If I had limitless money, I would go out of my way to make sure caviar wasn't available.
I'd be eating so much Papa John's pizza and Bob's Pizza. I'd be eating like you.
So Wappahos.
I haven't had Bob's in this week. I get paid next week, and I do like my 5 slices and Wapaho and a root beer.
I love Bob's Pizza, and that'd be my first stop if I had to get pizza in Indiana County. However, they deliver
now. They deliver now.
Oh, nice.
Mm-hmm. Oh, there you go, Gary.
I don't know if they deliver that far, but they do deliver.
Well, here's the thing. I think I told Cable this. There is no Papa John's that tastes as good as the Papa John's in Indiana.
Yeah,
I don't know what it is.
That's my favorite.
Tastes better,
like chain
than any other Papa John's.
My buddy Shane Brandenburg used to run that place back in the '90s when we were in college, and on the weekends we'd have Papa John boxes stacked so high, and then some of us worked at Psycad, so we had beer and pizza just at the house and a legal cable box. I mean, we were set back in the 90s.
That was Cable and I too, without the beer.
Yeah.
Well, I got a
we
buddy.
Had the legal box. We had the Papa John's.
Yep. I got a buddy that worked there in the early 2000s, and he's got some crazy stories. And one good one, one of his buddies came in, maybe under a certain influence, and he somehow in the middle of Indiana found this giant snapping turtle and brought it into work with them.
Nice.
And so they put it on the counter, and they're making like this wall of Papa John's boxes as like a child, like a baby gate type thing to keep it on the counter.
Oh my God.
And they forget about it. They're not paying attention to it. And people come in to order food, and right when they come in, this big snapping turtle flips off the counter and lands upside down and is hissing, laying on the ground. And they just turn around and walk out. So the one guy uses the wooden pizza thing to pick up this snapping turtle.
I would have did that.
And they put it in a pizza delivery bag, and the guy takes it with him, and he throws it in the trunk of his car to go on this pizza run.
That's funny.
I wouldn't have did that.
He delivers the pizzas, and I guess something happened where he was on the side of Philly Street, and he opened up the trunk while people were walking by, and the snapping turtle had gotten out of the pizza bag, and it's hissing at him from inside the trunk, and just all sorts of shenanigans. But
I'm sure that Papa John's can tell stories, because by the carriage house back in the day when the carriage house was full of IUP students, man, on homecoming there was trucks overturned, state troopers. This is when you guys were like in maybe I don't even know, elementary school, but when I was a year older than you guys, I mean, cars were flipped over, people were just getting obliterated back.
I remember one time we came through there.
A rally. Remember Rally's? I don't know. It's before your time. That used to be a Rally's burger place before it was a Papa. After Papa, then Papa John.
Definitely before our time.
Yeah, I know.
Yeah, we all used, our buddies, we were all Votechers. You go to Votech for school. And for whatever reason, they had roads closed down, and we had to go through campus. And our bus driver we were supposed to be on our best behavior. But, like, we're just in a school bus. What are we going to do,
Well, we've seen some crazy shit happen on that school bus.
We absolutely did. But, no. I mean, it, like her saying it isn't going to make it that much worse.
I forget her name.
Daryl,
yeah, it was a female named Daryl.
What?
Yeah, her name was Daryl. She was the butchest redneck ever.
God.
She would stop the bus to point out wildlife on the way to school, like deer, turkey, and stuff. And then the best thing ever.
I had her for my regular school bus too.
Oh, yeah,
not only for tech, but also yeah.
She would try to beat every yellow light she could with a bus full of kids. And then half the time she knew she wasn't going to make it. So you just see a whole bus full of kids slam into the seats in front of them because she had to hurry up and get on the brakes. Like, kids are getting thrown out into the aisleway. Like, it was.
Let me ask you a question. When you guys were going to Homer, did you guys have elementary kids on the same bus as seniors and juniors?
Well, it was 7th graders and seniors.
Yeah.
Okay, but I'm talking
it was
talking 4th, 5th, and 6th on the bus.
No, because that was a separate school.
It was K through 6, and then 7 through 12.
Yeah.
No. Well, thanks, Shane. No, Marion Center had 4th grade, 4th, 5th, and 6th on the same. And I'll tell you a story. The first time I went on the Marion, when I moved from Rain Township. I was at Creekside, Washington, and we moved from Ernest, Pennsylvania. That's a big metropolis. I know I had the best toys in town. But we moved to where my parents lived at now. My first day on the school bus in 2nd grade, I got on the bus, and I threw her up all over the fucking place. And that's how Mark Coy remembers me. But we had 4th, 5th, and 6th on the same bus as seniors and guys that were older. And I used to get punched in the fucking face, man. They would punch me. They want to be bullied. They are not bullying me now. I guarantee you that. But I mean, that's how it was. Well, but I mean, still, that wasn't cool. I mean, I can understand.
No, that's fucked up.
It's fucked up.
I can't believe they would put you guys on the same bus because,
I was fucking in 6th grade. I broke my ankle. I broke my ankle at Marion Center playing football because, get this, I used to run the ball. Yeah, and then I got my fucking. I got a first down, and then
Did you look like the Heisman?
I don't know. It was my ankle broke in 2 places. They had to get a wheelchair. And it was a thing, and they put me down, and then I walked on it next day, and I had my thing to hoy up to my hip.
Well, your thing. But anyway, what are we talking about?
My cast. I broke my ankle. That's the only time I ever broke anything. And then you could no longer have tackle football at recess anymore. But I did get the first down. But I mean, I was a big kid. But I wasn't I took a lot of shit.
Recess.
I mean,
I
loved recess back then.
I used to put myself in detention. I didn't even get detention just to hang out with Cable.
We love playing football. We used to play tackle football.
Cable was in detention all the time. I don't even remember why.
Mr. Bittner.
Yeah,
I'm gonna imitate Mr. Bittner.
I didn't see very many recesses.
Anybody that's from Marion Center that's on us now, Mr. Bittner, cool dude, man, in 6th grade. This is how he was.
Well, that blows my mind that you guys.
What's he doing?
He would fucking part his hair when he would throw football. Like he'd be back, he'd throw, he'd part his hair, and then he'd part his hair all the time. And I'm not taking my ponytail out, but he was a great teacher, and it was 6th grade. But I mean, that's just the funny thing about Mr. Bittner. And then we had the legend, Mr. Sainer, and anybody from Marion Center knows, Don Sainer is a legend. And then four squares, and then he had the obstacle course. And I was fucking husky, so I was never skinny, so I was a super heavyweight. You know what I mean? I had to fucking deal with all this shit my life.
I think you had it, but we had a really messed up school. Like
Homer.
What was the teacher's name that got hit by the shock put? He was out our whole 6th grade year.
Yeah, that was.
We had a teacher got hit by a shock put. He was out the entire year. It's irrelevant.
Oh my god!
Let's not give names. We'll definitely be out. I don't know.
Then we had the.
Well, that was crazy. Before you move on, because when he got hit with the shot put, his wife was also a teacher, and I was in her class when they came and told her.
Yeah.
And she was a fucking wreck. She took off out of the classroom.
Yep.
Oh, I don't know. Crazy
and then we had a teacher that got caught stealing bacon in the Homer City Bilo. She was a lunatic. You open up her desk drawer, she had pills for days.
It looked like a pharmacy. I don't know if we have enough time to go over all her stories.
You guys had a lot of horror flicks.
She would purposely spill her. If she was in study hall, she'd have to cover her study hall. Purposely fall down the stairs and spill her coffee in the same damn spot every day because it would get her attention. And the same teacher used to see monkeys on the roof of the school.
Oh wow!
I shit you not. She was nuts. She's nuts. And they would not fire her because she had tenure.
Oh, well, tenure's good. You got to be vested.
She used to come into school with her shirt on backwards. It was a button-up shirt.
Oh, and then we had a teacher that told one of our friends that he was a low-life loser and wouldn't amount to anything.
And what's he do now?
And he's in the military.
Oh, okay. Well, God bless him.
We also had a teacher that was it the same teacher that he told he told his parents? And then the parents called in.
No, that was Mr. Cephas.
Yeah. So that same friend, he used to get into arguments with teachers all the time.
I did too, all the time.
Something happened between him and the teacher, and he went home and he told his parents, and the parents called into the school, so the teacher got a slap on his wrist. So later on in the school year, they got into an argument again, and in front of the whole class, the teacher goes, "Oh, what are you going to have your parents called on me again?" Just burned them in front of everybody.
And then we had our one janitor ended up being our art teacher because our regular art teacher ended up being on. He had
like an
episode. He took sabbatical because he was a jewel
all the time. Yeah.
Yeah. See, he owned a jewelry shop up on Philly Street, so he was loaded, so he didn't have to teach. Yeah. And so when he would just take off, he had the substitute.
Hey guys, get ready to paint, man.
Well, pretty much. He was a really cool guy.
Oh, I mean,
he just had anger and management issues.
Dude.
One time he would go off the handle. We had these really heavy tables in art class.
Were like,
this show is off the rails tonight.
Right? Woo! Just these big wooden heavy tables. Okay. Just a flat top with 4 legs, big heavy wood. That could have worded that better. And
2 weeks in a row, you're now Predator, big heavy wood.
Yeah. He got so mad he tried to pick up an end of the table and slam it, and he threw out his back and had to go to the nurse's office.
And then the thing of it is, the poor sucker couldn't even take any time off because he was our janitor.
Yep. One time they used to keep colored pencils in like a gallon milk jug with half of it cut out. He got pissed and he slapped the thing off the gallon jug. He slapped it out into the hallway and colored pencils went everywhere. And then he made students go pick them up.
Let me ask you a question though, because I mean, back when I went to school, like they used to have like intern student teachers from IUP who were smoking hot. You know what I mean? And I mean,
they didn't come to Homer.
They didn't come to Homer. We had a few in Marion Center, but we didn't have like super hot we had I don't think we had any smoking hot. No, I don't. No, we had cool, like Mr. Morris was really cool. Like political science.
Went from smoking hot teachers to Mr. Whatever.
Mr. Morris.
Well, Miss Pope was cool. She was the stage management. And she did speech class. Now, when she did speech class, you had to do a demonstration. You guys ever do a demonstration? You ever had speech? You had to do I'm baking a cake or whatever the fuck you're doing. You guys ever have to do speech? You had to do a demonstration.
You just had to get up and talk in front of
everybody? You had to get up in front of the class of a topic. Well, mine was fishing. So I brought, Rob Mears took me to school, and I got my fishing pole, and I got a bucket with bluegill. So I'm showing everybody
how to. You took a bucket of bluegill to school?
I took a bucket of water with some bluegill.
That'd be a deadly weapon nowadays.
Well, probably, and I don't know. So I'm demonstrating on how to do the pole and do everything, and I'm putting it in the bucket. Put it in the bucket, you know what I mean? And the fucking bell rang for lunch. So I grabbed it, hooked it up, and I'm like, oh, that's how you catch a fish.
That's funny. Oh my God.
Yeah. Well,
then we had
liked me, so I got away with
the same teacher that we had tell one of our friends he was a lowlife and wasn't going to mount anything. We went down to it was April Fool's Day. Me and two other kids. I won't call them out by name, but we went down to the principal's office.
Please do not sue the triple.
And we got them. We got them to call him over the loudspeaker and bring him down and fire him as an April Fool's joke. And we were just doing it to be funny, and he did it. He freaking did it. He's like, okay. We're like, you're serious? He's like, okay. And he did it. And then while he did that, he was so hated. While he did that, we had another kid piss in his coffee while he went down to the principal's office because he left us there. And he went back there and pissed in his coffee and set his coffee back out.
Well, we were brutal. We were brutal to subs when subs come in. We were brutal. God bless Miss Knoll, because Miss Knoll husband was in charge of the groundhog committee, and she loved the groundhog.
The what?
The groundhog committee in Punxsutawney.
Yeah, that's the thing.
God bless her soul. She passed away, but her husband was in the inner circle of the groundhog committee, and it was my senior.
So when you come out of the inner circle, do you see your shadow?
No, I don't know. Well, she loved me because she kicked me out of class. I got detention because
she loved me.
She did the rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner from Iron Maiden.
Really?
Put in Iron Maiden. So I started fucking headbanging in school. Yeah. And I was like, Ken, leave. Yeah. And I was like, I went off.
He was a real life Beavis and Butthead.
Yeah, he was.
Yeah, well, I mean, it was like 8 minutes. And it was
it's a long song.
It was we had to do a chant. We had a chant for the groundhog, and I did it, and I hit my fucking head off the floor.
Dude, this is the most bonkers thing I've ever heard.
Well, it was bonkers back then.
Chant for the groundhog to rhyme the Ancient Mariner by Iron Maiden.
That Iron Maiden. She was an English teacher with red hair and glasses, and
wow.
I looking like a cartoon character from fucking SpongeBob or something with glasses and but she was really nice. She was old, and God bless her. But yeah, I mean, Tammy can concur with this, and anybody that's my age, 28, can concur with Miss Knoll. And she did like me. I was likable, but some people didn't like me. I remember I used to wear shades.
I was likable, like you're not now.
I was likable. I'm more likable now, I think. I was an asshole back then. Tammy will say that. I was an asshole, but my friends
you were headbanging to Iron Maiden.
Rhyme of the Ancient Mariner. My friends were my two.
She set you up for failure. How are you supposed to not headbang to that?
I used to be.
Really?
Well, I used to be.
She wanted to get rid of you.
Yeah.
Well, my senior year it was not good because I was ready to roll out, and I wish I would have took a little bit more pride in doing what I did, because I didn't do anything but drink, party, and that's why I don't remember any TV shows from the 90s, because I was all messed up. I used to drink all the time. I mean,
Shane's on. He'll remember some.
Well, Shane knows what I'm talking about.
Well,
the weekly trip to the tree limb, shows. That doesn't help either.
No, and 2 concussions, and I mean, it is
40 more.
I'm gonna finish that IUP story now.
Oh yeah, there you go, Daryl.
Yeah. Sorry. So no, it's good. It's all good. We're going through campus, and they're doing construction. She's telling us how we behave. We're going through IUP like it's some fancy.
Right.
Yeah, is she smoking a cigarette? Is she smoking a cigarette?
Well,
she probably would have been 10 years earlier.
Let's put it this way. She would have fit right in with the Billy Madison bus driver, where he was eating all the good food. Yeah.
Yep.
Yep. Okay, go ahead, Cable.
Sit down, Alice.
So our
Put me
friend,
down back there.
when we get to the construction zone, our friend decides to press ham on the window and moon all the construction workers.
Oh shit!
And he got suspended for a while.
Oh yeah.
Yep.
And then another good story about that same friend. Speaking of 7th graders and 12th graders mingling or whatever, when we were seniors, we had a gym class at the same time as 7th graders. 2 separate classes, separate teachers. And when the weather was nice, we would go outside. 7th graders would stay inside. Well, the summer before our senior year, he broke his femur.
Laughing.
Yeah.
Oh,
yeah, he knows the story. He knows what's coming. He broke his femur.
Oh,
and
shit.
So
my God.
By the time it was time to come back to school and stuff,
God damn,
he was able to walk. I think like he missed half the year or something like that, maybe.
Oh man.
I'm not sure, but he missed some time and he had a cane. He had his cane. And so we would come in at the end of gym like 10 minutes before the bell rings and get ready. So all these 7th graders are playing basketball and we're just standing around waiting for class to be over. And he had the worst limp, as you could imagine, breaking his femur. He couldn't get around real good.
How do you shit?
That was probably an issue before he broke his leg.
Oh man. I mean, I don't know why I'm thinking that, but I mean that would be painful.
Yeah. So we're at one end of the gym and we're like, hey, go grab that chair and drag it through the kids while they play basketball because of how slow he walked and stuff. So he just walks in between all these kids when they're trying to play basketball and they're like trying to play around them, and stuff. Just completely interrupts the game, walks to the other side, grabs this chair and then walks back through them, dragging this chair. And it's the only time I can specifically remember hearing a teacher swear in school. And the gym teacher for those kids sees this happening, like him just dragging a chair between all these kids and the kids are trying to play around this chair. Bruno, what the fuck are you doing?
Yeah, we don't talk about Bruno.
He froze. He just froze. And then he started to go the other way. And then it was like he did a double take. He didn't know which way to go. And then get the hell out of the way. And I mean, it was like a deer in headlights.
I fucking love that dude.
Same story.
Love that dude.
Same story, but same dude. Okay. If you would buy like an extra drink, you still got your bag of milk at lunch. So he would go up there and ask everybody that was buying like an iced tea or a lemonade, you gonna drink that milk? You gonna drink that milk? And he collected all these milk and we dared him like, how many milks can he drink? How many milk? And we had a stack of milk bags.
Oh, it's huge. It was huge.
Yeah.
And then I think something like this had happened, or there was some kind of issue where he was already disliked in the lunchroom because he asked the one teacher to go to prom with him.
Nice.
Well, yeah. Well, here's the thing. She came over inquiring about the bags of milk.
Oh man.
Okay. And of course he did the whole, you want some milk? This could be our milk, Billy Madison, right? and then like in the heat of the moment, like she was giving him a look. In the heat of the moment, he goes, "You want to go to prom?" And she
went to the office over it.
Yeah, because she had like a disability. She had like a limp.
Oh,
and like she was, and
he'd have been leading on the dance.
And he thought she thought he was making fun of her by asking her to prom. So he ended up getting called to the office, and the principal kind of laughed and said, "Man, don't be asking teachers to prom."
I didn't ask him to the prom. I asked him to dance because I called up the speech teacher one time to see if she could come to the party. She's like, "No, Bubba, I can't come to the party." I'm like, "Hey, thanks for answering, but you can come over. We can party." And we were partying. I called her, but yeah, I mean, I think I tried to get one, and we had one that was attributable. And you know me, I'm a breast guy, so I was trying to dance with her, and I was like, "Woo!"
No, but you don't like the wings.
Now I do. I don't know.
One more before we get on to She-Hulk.
Well, we got to finish. I don't know if this is where you're going, but we didn't finish that story.
Oh, go ahead.
So,
with Bruno,
right around that time, I think kids were leaving garbage everywhere. Like the lunchroom was a mess. So the teachers were trying to crack down on it. So that specific day, he's got this tray full of milk cartons, this a pile of them, huge pile.
The bags of milk.
I thought they were cartons.
They used to be, and then they got cheap. And then the milk tasted like plastic.
Well, I think when this happened, they were still cartons because I remember.
That's terrible.
I'm not sure, but so he's got this huge stack of milk cartons, and I think there was all these napkins and stuff. And he's just getting ready to go up and throw away his tray. And one of the lunchroom monitors comes over and says, if you drop a single piece of garbage, you're suspended, or like some kind of threat. So we're losing it now because he's got this tray just stacked full of garbage, and he's walking so slow over to the garbage can, and we're like getting in real close and trying to like make him like lose his nerve and drop it, but he made it.
Well, you had lunch monitors to make sure that they were teachers, right?
Well, let me put something in perspective for you. We couldn't even have a salad bar because while we used to. And then when people were in line, they would spit their gum into the dressing.
Oh, fuck.
So they pulled the salad bar.
God damn.
Do you remember the penis game?
Oh, yeah. God. Oh, gosh.
Well, see, we had the penis game. Did you ever play the penis game, Bubba?
No.
It's not as fun as it sounds, but it's just...
We would do this. We would like do, with the circle. Oh,
well, then, it was.
Then you smack them. No, not.
Yeah, and then if you didn't wipe it off, you punch again. Like I did that.
It was you and one other person, and you had to alternate saying penis, and you'd have to go louder and louder. Oh, and then the first one to chicken out lost, and everybody nobody challenged me because they learned after like one or two times that if I got in on it, I was just going to scream it as loud as I possibly could, no matter where we were at.
Oh, my God.
It happened on the tech bus one time. It happened in the lunchroom one time.
Carol was pissed.
Yeah, she was.
She didn't like penis.
No, right. Yeah.
Well, who does?
Not her.
Especially not the redneck Daryl.
Sit down back there. Don't you say penis.
Dude, kind of what she sounded like.
Yeah, the best thing she ever did was Votech had a turnaround. And for whatever reason, towards the end of the year, she was just feeling loose and happy.
Yep.
She went around it a couple extra times, and then Bruno started yelling at her, "Keep going, Daryl!" And she just, we went around this turnaround like 20 times, and kids are literally screaming, "Stop!"
I've never heard of a female called Daryl in my entire life.
Right? It's like kids are screaming at her to stop, and because Dan was the only one pushing her, like egging her on, it was going. Like 10 minutes of us just doing these loops.
Oh,
and didn't he have to sit? Didn't he have to sit up there with her because he got so much? So he's leaning over the seat screaming, "Turn on the windshield wipers! Keep going!" Like the wind. Oh my God! If somebody else would have saw that, the Homer Center bus just doing circles with the windshield wipers on.
I love Bruno.
That's expected from him.
He's funny as shit, dude.
I think he had to sit at the front because he jumped on the bus and honked the horn when she wasn't. When she was waiting for all the kids to load up on the bus.
Well, fuck, we had a bus driver. We'd hit him with fucking oranges in the back of the fucking head and snowballs and fucking. The one time that someone blew up a condom, he didn't know what the fuck it was. Drop that fucking balloon.
Did they buy it off you? Did they buy it off you?
Yeah. Did you charge them?
Off me? No, I didn't charge them that. Somebody else did. I don't know.
So one more quick one. We used to have this gym teacher who was a total dick. And
they're all dicks, aren't
they? So they made us they made us wear white t-shirts with our names on them, our last name on them, because he couldn't remember. So Cable would always forget, but he would always wear his black boots, his these black boots, and we
like work boots.
Work
that
boots
was
for and he do it on purpose.
Hey, I'm a gym teacher here. Like, hey, seventh grader. Hey, you're a female. I mean, that's how they go. I don't know.
He would do it on purpose, even though he'd have his gym shoes in his locker.
I would do it on purpose too,
just to piss him off. And then we were running. Hey, Mike, we were doing our laps around, to get the start of class. And all you hear is Cable with these big boots going around the gym. Next thing you know, they had the volleyball nets up, and he purposely clotheslines himself on the gym floor. And this teacher, like I said, he's a total. Thomas, get over here. He made him go every time.
Hey, get over here. I gotta make him go change his shirt.
Yeah,
but I want to say.
Yeah, and then he threatened to make me clean up every skid mark or whatever scuff mark on the floor. Yeah, I used to, whenever they had the volleyball nets up, me and Gary would do laps, and I'd act like we were
really
talking.
The Homer City gym teachers were pansies, where the Marion Center gym teachers were bad motherfuckers. Like, seriously.
He thought
like,
he was
Don,
bad.
In elementary school, like I said before, Don Sainer was fucking a legend in basketball, and he's the athletic director now. He'll come up and shake everybody's hand. I mean, he's like the ambassador of goodwill. And then Mr. Young, you didn't fuck with Mr. Young. Like, Mr. Young seriously would beat the living bejesus out of you. And that one kid swore at him one time. He made him do push-ups. And you don't disrespect him, because he would carry this paddle. I remember one time I was getting a paddle because he picked up fucking Bob Cronin off the fucking ground. Bob Cronin was like the size of King Kong Bundy, and fucking Bob jumped up. Wait, there we go. That fucking high. He was a big dude, and fucking Mr. Young smacked him at cafeteria. And then he was going to hit me one time, and I'm like, Mr. Young, can I call my parents? I don't want to get hit. Because, I mean, it was fucking painful, man. And then he would wrestle. Like, nobody would wrestle me in high school. It'd be like me, Mr. Professional Wrestler. Mr. Young fucking had me to hold, boom, pinned me in like 2 seconds. Yeah. So, like, our gym teachers in my time were probably badass dudes, but now I don't know. But gym teachers got that rap of like, hey, look at that girl over there. She's in 9th grade. I don't know, because you see that all the time. Like,
that was our bus driver. Darryl.
That was Daryl.
She sounded, yeah.
Fucking Daryl. I had a guy called Stormin' Norman. He was our bus driver. And then we had a bus driver, Stuchel, would just kick somebody's ass. Like, he was an old redneck kind of guy. Like, you know what I mean? He would grab you. Come here, you little motherfucker. Like, I got kicked off the school bus a couple times. You know, but I mean, with Bruno, before we go to this, like, I had to eat, like, Marion Center. Like, I got banned from eating fucking bread.
We know how much you love bread.
You love bread.
Yeah. And before we go to
maybe that's why, topic, because it was withheld from him as a youth.
I used to get 2 fucking, like I said before, probably on this podcast, I used to get 2 fucking lunches, and I used to get bread, and then they wouldn't fucking, and then I get a box of ice cream sandwiches or Nutty Buddies, and they, like, the guy who was in charge of the cafeteria come over to me. He's like, "You're not allowed to have any more bread." And I'm like, what do you mean? I would take ketchup and get ketchup, and I would dip my bread and just eat it like that. So I would take a whole loaf,
Oh my God.
And then I'm like, everybody at our table would fucking get me bread. So they'd fucking, 3-4 slices here, 3-4 slices. So I still fucking ate, because I was only allowed like 2 or no bread at all, because I would take a whole fucking loaf and put it on my tray and eat it for lunch. Like, and I got banned because he got pissed off. And I think I'm probably the only person I know I'm the only person that ever flunked swimming and that couldn't swim. And I flunked swimming because I can't swim. And I got banned from eating bread at Marion Center School.
No bread for you.
And when I used to go after I graduated, Mr. Stewart used to check my fucking drinks to see if there was alcohol in them. Hey, Bubba, let me see that. I'm like, oh, you fucking kidding me? Here you go. It was Mountain Dew. Like, you know what I mean? Like, I didn't show up. I never partied and showed up to school. I just didn't want to show up for school, go party. So, okay, we're done talking. We're going to definitely be, we're off
main event tonight.
Yeah.
Main event now.
Yeah, the main event. If you guys are still here, thank you for tuning in to the high school years. It's the years where I never got my Winnie Cooper until 30 fucking years later, because I'm going to marry her. I'm fucking Kevin Arnold, not with a brother. I don't know why I'm starting to imitate that fucking bus driver. I don't. Hey, Daryl. Her name? What chick is Daryl? I cannot even imagine.
Daryl Hannah.
Oh no! Daryl with a Y. I'm thinking like.
No,
like
she it was with a Y.
Oh, okay, yeah, like Daryl, and Daryl. Okay, and I appreciate, and I didn't know if you know this. We are at 942 likes on our Triple B Experience Facebook page.
There you go.
Nice.
So thank you for subscribing. Thank you guys for tuning in to all this craziness, because it's unscribed. It's not like unfiltered like Mark Madden, who stole our shit. But yeah, whatever. Hey, some guy up in Indiana County's talking shit. Hey, whatever it takes, man.
Well, when he sees your Bubba, he'll remember.
Oh, he'll remember.
It'll all come flooding back.
Yep.
Yo, he heard me that night. He heard me. Matt was a witness.
Well, that and all the times you've called in, Bubba from Indiana.
Yep. And he's hung up on you.
Yeah, he's a prick. That prick. Okay, let's talk about something we love real quick. Not quick, but
You don't love Daryl?
No.
I definitely do.
I do love Daryl Hall and John Oates.
Yeah, well, that's not a good, girl though. No, I was trying to think of girls with Daryl, but I think it's only Daryl Hannah. That's it.
All I can think of. I don't know any other Daryl, especially a Buster.
Yeah.
All right, so I don't know what you gentlemen talked about last week. I know you talked about She-Hulk, episode 1. I don't know what you said about it. I didn't watch it.
Did you like it?
You know what? I enjoyed it. Okay. I liked it. I liked it more than I thought. It reminds me of it feels like it's more sitcom-y. Like almost like if you're watching like The New Girl or something. Like I don't know. There's something about it.
It's
what? Really cool.
Wait, hold on.
Like it feels really sitcom-y.
No. What is The New Girl? Is it what is that?
It's a TV show.
Zoe Deschanel, like she. Yeah. I'm not saying it's like that show. I'm saying it's like kind of sitcom-y, like.
And that's what they want. They want it to. They said they wanted to be Marvel's first sitcom. Ally McBeal, I think, is a good impression or a good.
Okay, yeah, I remember that
also.
Yeah.
Which I never actually watched that, and that's just easy to say that because they're both about attorneys. But that's I think in the same vein of what the show feels like and everything. But we're in agreement with you, Mav. We both really liked the first episode. Also,
yeah. I like.
I love that they just jumped right into it. Because we've had all of these shows now. Moon Knight and Miss Marvel, not Hawkeye. So what else was there?
Miss Marvel is the slowest of them.
Definitely Miss Marvel and Moon Knight. You're getting fleeting glimpses of them as their superhero forms, more or less, especially Miss Marvel. And here, 10 minutes in, she's She-Hulk.
Yep.
The tone is set.
And she is great. I don't know much about her, but I thought
she
Tatiana Maslany, I believe is how you say her last name.
Ooh, that's good.
She gets a lot of props and good things said about her. She was on a show called Black Orphan, where I was explaining it to Bubba, even though I've never seen it. I was a little young. I just remember that was like the first thing that gave Robert Downey Jr. his break back into show business.
Oh, see, I didn't even know that. See?
Yeah.
That's why you're a pop culture guru.
Yeah.
That he is.
And where was I? I lost my place.
About
Shane
the black,
threw me off.
The black.
Oh yeah. She was on thank you, Bubba. She was on a show called Black Orphan, and I believe she was some kind of secret agent or something. I'm not 100% on that, but there was clones of her or something like that. So she ended up playing multiple characters, and she got a lot of critical praise for that. And she's
I think it's good with the fourth wall stuff, because that in the comic book, like I said last week, Mav, that was way before Deadpool. So She-Hulk actually is the originator of the fourth wall breakdown in comic books.
Yeah.
So I mean, Deadpool got her beat in the MC in the movies, but
and he's more known for it at this point. But yeah.
But he wasn't before. When he first was a Deadpool character, he didn't do that until like a second volume with different artists and writers that created him.
Like I said, I'm enjoying it. I like the first 2 episodes a lot. The CGI or her, like, whatever.
It's okay. She's okay for me. I mean, I'm not real technical about it because I seen the Lou Ferrigno stuff.
It's so still, I mean, it's not enough to ruin the show for me, but it does seem off.
It's very noticeable.
You know what I was thinking? Maybe it's the hair, because she goes.
Well, the hair is bad.
The curly hair, and then all of a sudden it's like that straight. I don't know. There's
the hair's just very. Yeah, it doesn't. It just looks like old. It looks like
wig,
something from 10 years ago. It looks like the Eric Bana Hulk.
Oh, that's bad.
Yeah.
Ooh.
And I thought I was going to have a bigger issue with it, because that's, like I've said on here a million times,
you're a stickler.
I scrutinize, CGI very bad.
You do.
And we knew about it going in because it was such a big deal from the trailers. And then right before She-Hulk comes out, there's all these stories about how the VFX artists are not being mistreated by Marvel, but not being put in good working environments and
getting paid a hot dog and a Coca-Cola.
And I don't know if they're underpaid. I just think they're overworked, because I can't see anybody in that industry being underpaid. But
Jesus, Jade.
That's hilarious.
Yeah.
Oh my gosh.
Oh man.
The show's fun enough and engaging enough that it doesn't trip me up.
And you guys know, what I said. I was not excited about this show at all.
Mm-hmm.
I'm like,
I know you were.
I don't know, guys.
Is it about maybe the cameos that will be?
But I like it a lot.
Okay, well that's good because you were not into Miss Marvel. You were
first 2 episodes. It's up there for me because I don't know. There's something that's simple about it, but it's so I don't know. It's really good. It's really good.
And I think after me and Bubba talked about this last week, Miss Marvel was definitely geared towards a certain audience.
Yeah.
And I don't think Thor was geared towards a specific audience, but it was very, it had romantic comedy vibes to it.
It was. It's back on Disney Plus in September 8th, though.
Yeah,
I can watch it again, but
it was too comical. It had the kids in it. Like it was just not what we think of for superhero movies and the themes and the feelings.
You mean the kids in Thor? Is that what you're talking about?
Yeah,
well, they did that to make all those kids Thor Nova Corps.
Yeah,
that's what they did, but they didn't do it in a way
childish.
Yeah,
right. The movie felt like it was supposed to be a family fun movie or something. I
don't know.
It's tough to say.
How many episodes are we getting of She-Hulk though?
7?
I don't know.
6?
Okay.
Did you do your Rotten Tomato stuff? Because last week when we did that,
DB, let me see. Was this?
I think the first episode got like an 8.7. I saw after the fact, but I don't know if that was from IMDb or just some other random.
Because we didn't do that last week, and I know you're the stickler for any type of pulp culture TV shows and movies we talk about. You're the
You're the
Gene Siskel. Well, no, I mean it's good. I
don't necessarily follow them. So the first one only got a 6.6 out of 10.
Wow, that's crazy.
This one got a 6.5.
See,
yeah,
which baffles me because I think she's great in this.
Well, there's a lot of people upset about how she explained what women go through in the world with the catcalling and stuff like that, and being angry.
Why? I mean, it's.
True, it is right. It absolutely is. So
people just got something to bitch about,
right?
Yeah.
And once again, it's a show based on a female superhero. Like that's all
in her perspective.
Yeah, I mean, I'm okay with that.
But final thoughts for me, probably on the first episode. I love that they explained what Banner was up to in between.
Yes.
Infinity War and Endgame.
And I don't know if you guys touched on this. Okay, well, not to interrupt you, but I don't know if you touched on this, but he seems a little bit more of a dopey Hulk, like how he's kind of supposed to be.
No,
he's not supposed to be too smart. He's not supposed to. He's kind of like a big dope.
He called himself the Smart Hulk, but in the comic books, the Professor Hulk was very cunning and very intellectual, and he was with the Pathonian.
See, I like him being a little dopey.
You like him being
I think he's Stoner Hulk.
He sounds like he's weeded up.
He's like Rob Van Dam.
Oh, I don't know. I didn't get that. I just thought
Matt
he was
Riddle
more.
Or Matt Riddle.
He was a little bit more dopey, and I thought that's kind of what the Hulk. You know what I mean? Like,
no,
it just feels like it should be the Hulk.
No, because in the smart version, because they don't call it the Professor Hulk, like he was really in tune with intellectual stuff and scientific stuff, and actually helping causes and doing stuff in the comic books. Where in this one, he's just. I mean, in the second episode, that phone was about as big as my Roku device in his hand. Like, like I don't even know how he friggin' talked. And I don't like I do like where it's going because I didn't think I was ever going to see this, but I didn't like it in the end game. I didn't like the Hulk, the way they presented the Hulk. I like the Hulk. The best version was the Avenger version, but I did like the Incredible Hulk. I did like the Incredible Hulk and the Avengers, but everything else has been subpar. And I'm a big Hulk fan, and it just not like it. It
doesn't make you go from 6 to midnight, huh?
No,
I liked them in Age of Ultron. I mean, it was weird when Natasha was able to calm him down. That was
calm anybody down.
I think she would rev people up more than she'd calm them down.
But she calm them down and rev them up.
And I even liked him in Thor Ragnarok. on Sakaar and in the gladiator pits. And
I liked him when he was angry Hulk. I like that. Like that was when he in the arena. Okay, that I love that. But when they get to him being funny, and I that's just not for me. Knowing how he always was, always low intelligent, puny banner, puny, bug guy, stuff like that. I want to see a little bit of that. I want to see him go that way. But now in the comic book, it's totally different. So
yeah, but I'm glad that they explained, what he did between Infinity War and Endgame, and everything's lining up with, he had a sling in the post-credit scene of Shang-Chi, and, he fixed his arm using Jennifer's blood and all that stuff. And her and him have very good chemistry together.
Yeah, which, once again, he can fucking recover anything, even though he had the fucking gauntlet. He can fucking stand toe with a gamma bomb, a nuclear bomb in the comic books. Like him fucking having in a sling was fucking passe and pussified in that situation. Did I say that?
He did.
I did.
Too late now.
I'm not good at it. I mean, it just the Hulk can recover anything, even in the books. They just don't do it in the MCU. They make him weak and subpar.
Yeah. But yeah, I really liked the first episode, and same with the second. I really enjoyed the second episode too.
I did too. It was short.
Yeah.
Because it was 30 minutes with like the credits and the extra and the ending scene.
Okay. And I don't know if I finished my thought, but what I was working towards was it's nice to have adult themed, not that kind of adult, but grown up themed, Marvel property, because this is not that a kid couldn't watch it, but it's, has very adult ideas in it. And
they're drinking.
The creators. Right. Exactly. The creators said it's going to be, they're talking about Steve Rogers being a virgin or not. And then that post-credit scene in the first episode was fantastic.
Oh, yeah. Well, they're making that canon. They're making that stuff canon. Stuff that the fans have theories on is going to be canon in the MCU.
Yeah. So it's just fun. It's the creators of it said that it's going to be Marvel's horniest show. Because like if you watch the trailers, like she's on Tinder at one point.
Oh, she's a sexual fiend in the comic books. She rock and rolls everybody.
Okay.
She does. I mean, Star Fox in the comic book, Star Fox does his pleasure power and makes She-Hulk like hook up with him, and it's bad. Like Star Fox has that ability. I don't know how they're going to do it in the MCU, but in the comic book,
he's just going to be very charming in the MCU.
Yeah, in the back in the 80s, that's what he did. I mean, girls flocked to him, and I don't know how they're going to do that, but I mean, she hooked up with she hooked up with everybody. I mean, hey, I mean, I don't know. I mean, I like the She-Hulk version. This is bad. I like She-Hulk better than I like the Incredible Hulk Ruffalo version right now.
Huh.
He needs to get angry. And I mean, I like the She-Hulk version compared to the China version. Remember that one? Just throw that in there. That's being funny.
No, I don't know what you're talking about at all, Bubba.
Okay. Yeah. China was good as a She-Hulk.
Yep.
They
probably would have cast her.
They might have cast her. If she wouldn't have done all that crazy shit.
But she's phenomenal. I think she's great in this. Bubba, you had made a point about where they're some of the directions that they were going in this episode. If you want to hit on that a little bit.
Well, the phone call, when Bruce is talking to, and then all of a sudden
your dreams might be coming true, Bubba.
Yeah, you see him in a Shakar, and I'm like, oh yes. So it's a slow, it's a seed that's planted, and I'm okay with that because they actually mentioned that the She-Hulk was going to plant the seed of a Planet Hulk situation. And I'm telling you, this Planet Hulk, if they do this and something goes awry and he's going to
imagine if they did a World War Hulk.
Imagine if everybody's ass, man.
Yeah.
I mean, that's the greatest. that Planet Hulk and World War Hulk is the greatest probably stories in the last 30 years, but there's a lot of Hulk stories that I enjoy because I've got the whole series. I have the whole volume, and I'm only missing the 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6 of the original ones from the 60s, which I have to hit the lottery for that. But yeah, that's exciting. And then listening to Tim Roth talk about his situation as Abomination and getting into what he thought he was going to be, because that's truly what he was going to be in the Incredible Hulk.
Mm-hmm.
And it only took this long. Like, what is that, 15 years?
Yeah.
Holy shit. So anything.
Well, they ignored that movie for a very long time because that movie wasn't made by Marvel. That was its own standalone movie. And then after the success of Iron Man, right before it hit theaters, they hurried up and made a post-credit scene with Robert Downey Jr. But even at that time, they had no idea that they were going to do a connected movie universe. And, then eventually they started bringing things back like William Hurt's Thaddeus Ross, and
which they need to recast. They have to recast that eventually.
Little details with, like the drink that Stan Lee was drinking that had the Hulk blood in it.
Right.
There's a poster.
Hey, Ronnie, what's up?
And Ant-Man, and just little things here and there. There's a couple more Easter eggs, but yeah, they eventually, started embracing that movie, and now we have Abomination back.
I like that movie though. I think that movie was like a really good movie. I was a Hulk fan, so that's probably why. but in the episode 2, when Banner was talking to Jen, he made that comment about, well, I'm not.
That was good.
Yeah, I'm not the same as I used to be. Something.
I'm a different person.
I'm a different person now. So he was.
And then she just looked at the camera and like kind of snickered or whatever. Yeah, that was good. Yeah, I like that. But my favorite thing that's going on with all of this resurgence into the Hulk tree is getting a comic accurate Abomination. That's one of the reasons I hate the Incredible Hulk so much, is because of the design of Abomination. I fucking hate it. All you had to do was put pointy ears on him.
That's it.
That was all you had to do. I mean, even though it wouldn't have. What's that?
He looked like a Swamp Thing Toxic Avenger.
Yeah.
I can see that, yeah.
They look crappy. I agree with you on that, Cable. But when he was in Shang-Chi fighting, and then
which we get to see in this episode,
because he escapes to go fight. That's what he was doing.
Yep.
Yeah, because Wong portaled him.
Yeah. So he's gonna have to get defended in this the damage control prison.
See, I figured it was gonna be like Defendant of the Week type of thing. Like we would see different ones, like people she would be defending.
No, I think
every week it'd be something.
Super criminals, I believe. Super criminals or heroes that fuck up and destroy property and
but I thought it would be like one a week. But it seems like they're gonna go in.
No,
it seems like they're gonna go into more of a longer.
She's gonna face fucking Matt Murdock and Daredevil. That's gonna be. I'm ready for that.
That's what's awesome is we're 2 episodes in, 2 very fun episodes that we all enjoy. Frogman.
Yeah.
Frogman. Yeah. Anyway, and I mentioned to Bubba, the majority. What's that?
I'm just talking to people. Hey, thanks for tuning in.
Oh.
Sorry. I didn't mean to.
Last week we were talking, and the majority of what they showed in the trailers we saw in the first episode.
Mm-hmm.
So other than a few things here or there, we have so much more. Yep. Well, right. We have
besides her hooking up
to come. We got Wrecking Crew
on Twitter.
Yeah.
Yeah. Besides her hooking up on Twitter and the Wrecking Crew and the Frogman and Daredevil, that's really everything we saw in the preview.
We still have all that to look forward to, you know. And then I think we talked about it way before the show came out. There's rumors that the Thing might pop up.
Should be awesome.
I didn't believe that at the time because we haven't had a casting announcement, this or that. But thinking about it now, She-Hulk is still going to be on when D23 comes out, which is where everybody thinks they're going to make the Fantastic Four announcements.
And the director was speculated to be the WandaVision director. And that guy has ties with Sunny in Philadelphia with that actor who was with that looking to play Reed Richards. Maybe that is only speculation, and that's all.
The guy from It's Always Sunny.
It's Sunny. Which Sunny in Philadelphia. I don't know which one because I only saw a couple episodes.
Wow, that show's great. I loved it.
Yeah, it's one of the best shows ever.
I started rewatching it like at night.
I did too.
Yeah, I need to watch it because I always like Danny DeVito. Hey, JC Dave, thanks
funny,
for tuning
Bubba.
in.
You would laugh your ass.
Oh yeah,
I don't even know how they got away with some of that shit, but
because it was on FX. That's
why.
But that's the only that is the only speculation that I saw because I do watch a lot of stuff and I just
which
speculate.
One would it be?
I not the one who has the meme.
It would probably
not
be
the one that has
Dennis.
the meme that does
it
not
has
that
to
guy.
Be Dennis.
Right.
Mac,
the taller
I
guy.
couldn't see it being Mac.
Matt's a smaller guy.
Mac's
Mac is
Charlie.
Mac's got dark hair that's like slicked back in the show, and he's got like a beard, and he always wears
which one's
cut
the
off.
guy that has the meme and pointing everywhere?
Charlie. That's Charlie.
Yeah, not him. I don't think him. I think it might be the other guy.
Yeah.
But I mean, hopefully because they're looking at 2 years. You know what I mean? So they're going to do it on Disney Day. They're I mean, and if they do the thing, that'll be great. That'll be good.
Yeah, because you don't even need
on trial for.
I don't know if he would be on trial. I don't know how they would do it because I assume they put him in. They put him in the show because she has ties to Fantastic Four. She was a member at one point and
could have busted up the Yancey Street. He could have stopped something on Yancey Street because that was his he was big time Yancey. You know what I mean? Something and caused some damage. He caused some damage in a fight, and he's.
I can't believe you didn't get those comics.
What?
The Thing comics.
Who I sent talking?
You.
What? What?
You didn't get the Thing.
There's a Thing series out right now.
Yeah, I sent you.
I got that.
Oh,
it's only five. It's only 5 issues, but the Marvel 2-in-1. I only need 2 issues to complete that series, all 100.
This is like the new one.
Yeah, it's like 5 issues.
Okay.
I was gonna the artwork. I bought it.
Oh, I thought it looked. I don't know. The cover looked cool.
I do have the Fantastic Four, the volume, whatever it is now, 6. I have that complete. You know, and I do have some older Fantastic Four stuff, but I don't have the stuff where it's pricey. Because everything's going to be pricey, like Doom and all this stuff. As soon as the Fantastic Four comes, that issue number 1 is going to fucking skyrocket. Because
get the first issue of Spider-Punk,
like the She-Hulk. Well, you need to get it because it'll. And then
I have the other ones. I got. Well,
they have the new Spider-Man who is a homosexual. That's coming out. I have to get that one because it'll be huge.
That's not Spider-Punk. That's
I don't know what it is. Spider something.
Well,
I got so many comics. I don't even know
that Spider-Punk is going to be in the Spider-Man into the across. Jesus, what was the animated one? Spider-Man across the
Spider-Verse.
Hi, Dad.
Spider-Verse. Yeah. So the sequel,
Hi, Mom.
He's going to be in it. So
my mom hasn't made it yet. Thank God.
But yeah, no, that's cool, huh?
Yeah. I mean, I'm happy with the She-Hulk series, and I'm happy that you like it, Mav, because
I do.
That Captain Marvel, that Miss Marvel had a bad taste in your mouth.
Yeah, well, yeah, it just wasn't. I don't know. I just couldn't relate. Like,
well, you're not going to hit. They're not going to hit a home run every time.
Yeah. No, I mean, it was good for who the audience was. Like, it was good for that. That audience, I guess. I guess for a 35-year-old male, that's not.
Oh, I thought. Wow, you're older than me. I'm only 28.
I know.
Wow,
getting old.
Well,
But
what's after She-Hulk though?
Black Panther is the next movie. That's
next after Black Panther this year in the fall here. It's very soon.
Yeah, it's in November.
That's
Werewolf. They haven't announced it yet, but Werewolf by Night is the Halloween special, and then we have a Guardians of the Galaxy holiday special in December.
Okay, but that's the only movie is Black Panther with a couple shows, and then Star Wars Andor and a Bad Batch, which I know you don't watch, Mav. Bad Batch, do you?
No, I watched the first one.
Okay, you Cable, you don't watch the Bad Batch.
No, right.
Okay, so that's it. Okay.
Yeah, and then I don't know if you guys watched House of Dragon or whatever the new.
I started it.
I fell asleep.
It's pretty good. I mean, and then we have Lord of the Rings series coming out here.
Well, I've been watching The Sandman, and I know Cable had a pick. I was the pick last week, and I'm on episode 4, Cable, and I like it. But
Netflix.
Yeah, Netflix. Yeah. But here's my only bitch before we get out of here.
We have a curfew tonight.
Yes. John Constantine is a guy. Joanna Constantine. It's a little. I don't like that. I mean, she's great. It's a great actress who's playing that. But please keep the characters the way they are, because I do like John Constantine as a character.
Okay, because they did a lot of gender swaps in that show.
Like that. And why do they do that?
I'm okay with it when it's a minor character. I'm not trying to trivialize. John Constantine is so
major,
well known in the DC universe.
I love him on Legends of Tomorrow.
Yeah.
Yeah, that was my only bitch so far. I think the guy who plays the Sandman looks like the Sandman.
Oh, he's so good.
I don't know a lot of the backstory, but it's very intriguing, and I give it a thumbs up, and then I took it off your recommendation. And I was going to watch it anyway, but I do listen. People that on the show listen to Cable because he knows his shit. So, and when he picks some stuff, I actually watched that, and I watched the Jamie Foxx vampire movie.
Yeah.
Well, gentlemen, that is going to be a wrap.
We got school night. School night.
School's that time of year.
Over for a summer. But I want to say real quick, thanks for subscribing to the Triple B Experience. Thanks everybody who gets on the Black and Gold podcast for the Steelers, because we got a great shit going on. And I'm going to bring some guests on. Hopefully you guys can come on and we could do your picks. I'll get a hold of you guys on that. But I just want to thank everybody. Just
All Out's this Sunday, isn't it?
All Out is the Castle thing. No, All Out is next week. Castle thing is Saturday, and NXT is Saturday, and we'll probably do a little bit more wrestling because it seems
they're both on Saturday.
Saturday and Sunday. NXT is Sunday. The Castle WWE pay-per-view is Saturday, and it seems like WWE is getting a little bit interesting. So we'll start talking a little bit more about stuff on Unscripted. But I'm glad that you guys were here tonight. And boy, I tell you what, Homer City must have been some good
train wreck.
So
Alrighty, guys. Until next time.